Hey everybody, today I'm going to review Yardmax's brand new dual rotating rear tine tiller. This is one of the newest tools in their outdoor power equipment lineup, and it's also the largest tiller that they currently sell. Now it has features not found on any other brands in this price range. Retail, it's about $600 and you can buy it online and even get free shipping right to your door. Now they sent this to me about a month and a half ago. I've used it around the property, dealing with gardening projects, as well as landscape repair, and I can tell you without a doubt that it has a lot more power and a lot better operation than tillers I've used in the past. Now what I want to do in this video is give you some closer up looks at this. We're going to go over exactly how it operates, and we're going to do a range of testing, and you'll see firsthand how it actually performs. Here's a closer look at the tiller, and remember that this is a full-size unit coming in at 205 pounds. It's 39 inches tall, 19 inches wide, and it's 65 inches long. It has a 208cc Briggs & Stratton CR950 motor with 9.5 foot-pounds of torque, and it's very easy to start up. All you have to do is turn the fuel on. You would close the choke if the motor was cold, but because the motor's already warm, I'll leave the choke open. We'll take the throttle cable, open that all the way up, and then all we'll have to do is pull out on the recoil starter and the motor will start right up. The shift lever allows you to select between a number of different settings, and you can have the tine spin in forward or reverse depending on the application you're working with. And they even have a transport only mode. This allows you to safely move the unit around with no tine spinning, and in this mode you can select between forward, neutral, or reverse. The big benefit here is that unlike cheaper models, the tines are not rotating, but the wheels will. Moving it around your property or even loading it in the back of your truck is much safer, and since they aren't rotating, the chances of damaging something is greatly reduced. The handle is adjustable up and down to give you the most comfortable working height, and when you're doing row maintenance, you can actually stand to the left or right hand side of the unit and operate it with just one hand. This is going to prevent you from walking on your freshly tilled soil. You're not going to compact it down, and you can instead position yourself so you're walking in the row that you need to till up next. On either side of the tines, they have adjustable outer side shields. These protect smaller plants from being buried as you're using the tiller, and to raise it, just loosen the thumb screw, raise the shield, and then tighten it back down. When you want to lower those, it's as simple as just loosening that thumb screw and lowering the shield, and it does give you the option of protecting plants as you're using this. On the rear of the unit, they have a leveling shield which spreads out the soil cleanly as it moves forward. And that means that big chunks as well as big rocks are not going to pile up in the middle. This does a great job at protecting you and spreading out the soil at the same time. The tines are dual rotation, which means that they will spin in forward or reverse depending on which gear you have the unit in. It has a tilling width of 18 inches, and because they're 13 inches long, you'll have a maximum tilling depth of 6.5 inches, which is fully adjustable. On the rear of the unit, you can make a number of adjustments depending on your specific application. The bar in the front is known as a drag bar. This has two positions, and it's used to literally drag the ground to give you better control as you use it. The bar in the rear is known as a depth stake. You can raise or lower this in 7 possible positions, allowing you to maintain a specific depth as you're tilling. And what you'll do is move the stake all the way up for deep tilling, and then all the way down for shallow tilling or for transport. We'll be using the tiller not only for gardening, but primarily for landscaping uses. And since it's able to easily tear up damaged ground, tillers are very useful for leveling out sections of your yard or your property that are problems due to animals or weather. Here are some ruts in our yard that have been here for years, and every time I mow, it feels like I'm hitting potholes. If the grass is high at all, I can't even see them, and it ends up bouncing me all around. Now, I've tried filling this in with dirt in the past, but the dogs just dig it right back up again. The tiller will chew up an entire section, it's going to smooth it out, and then I can plant grass for a permanent repair with no damage hiding underneath. The main use for most people with a rear tine tiller is installing a garden each year, and the Yardmax is able to easily plunge into fresh ground, till up a very large plot in a very short period of time. Now the good thing about this is it's going to kick up rocks, trash, and vegetation buried under the surface. It leaves loose, even soil behind it, and we're actually going to use it today to convert a previous garden space that also had planter boxes back to my yard. Now what I'm going to do is mix in all that soil with the soil underneath. So that means that the dirt was in the planter boxes is no longer going to be on top of the ground. I'm simply going to spread that out, Then I'm going to go over it with the rototiller. I'll go back and forth, mix everything in, and then at the very end, all I'll have to do is rake it out in order to get rid of all the trash and debris that's on the top. Now, as we're doing this, you might hit something like a large rock underneath. That's going to cause the unit to stall, meaning the tines will quit spinning, but the motor's going to keep running. Just back it up, you can remove the obstruction, and then throw the rock or other piece of trash out of the way and continue tilling. That's a very good feature when you're considering this unit because it's not going to actually lock anything up. It simply stalls it, and it's not going to cause any long-term damage. Now, when we take a look at the rototiller and the job that it did, that was a very large plot, roughly about 25 feet by 30 feet. It was able to plow through it, and I got the entire area done in about a half an hour. For breaking fresh ground when you're first installing a garden, or let's say you're doing landscaping projects, that's where the rear tine tiller is really going to shine. It does a lot better job than a front tine. And what I have here are 3 fence pickets laid end on end. Now these are 6 feet long, so we have a total of 18 feet. I'm going to put it in the counter rotation mode. We're going to go ahead and plow through this, and I'm going to have a timer running, and you're going to see exactly how long it would take you. Okay, that was the initial pass that allowed me to chop up all the grass and make an initial cut. Now I'm going to go at max depth. We're going to go through the same line, and I'm also going to keep the timer running here. Now the two combined will show you exactly how long it would take you to make an 18-inch wide by 6.5-inch deep by 18-foot long row. And really, in a matter of just a few minutes, we were able to make an extremely large row that'd be perfect for planting an entire row of crops. And this is going to save you a tremendous amount of time over doing it by hand. And it's a lot less work and a lot less jarring on your body than trying to do this with a front tine tiller. So now you've seen Yardmax's brand new dual rotating rear tine tiller for yourself. Now remember that this is covered with a 2-year residential warranty, a 90-day commercial warranty, and if you run into a problem with it during that time frame, they're going to fix or replace it for you free of charge. Now what I'd like to know is, are you impressed with the performance of this tiller? And more importantly, how does it compare to other tillers that you might own or that you might have used? Leave a comment below this video and let me and everybody else know about it. So as they're researching tillers, your comment might really help them out. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.